Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another episode of NBA 2K15 MyGM Oklahoma City Thunder franchise here on ESGNet. This is episode 5 and this is game number 4 of the 2014 season, and we are getting ready here to go out to Brooklyn to play the new Brooklyn Nets. As you see here, we're looking at some social media here and we're seeing what everybody's talking about here as we get ready for this next game here. Of course, Kendrick Perkins, they're talking and looking at his thing and see what he says and thinks about Oklahoma City. And of course, he says Oklahoma City is his heart, and he pretty much wants to stay here. So, of course, we have to make a decision here here in the next couple of months in February. We have to decide if we're going to keep him or trade him, and also too with the same thing with Nick Collison. I want to know down below in the description, you guys, from you guys, who should I keep and who should I trade. Also, if you guys got any other actual realistic and decent trades, let me know down there below in the description. Let me know who should I go after, or if there's a free agent out there that I should go after to kind of get us over that hump there and help us win a NBA championship this season. And that's, of course, our job. What my job is as a GM is to figure out who's the best players on the squad here to go out on the court and win basketball games and get us to the playoffs and then eventually to the NBA Finals. So that being said, we just got done looking at the social media there, and you guys can read those. You guys can pause the video and whatnot on those and everything. Of course, we're looking at the team statuses there. And you guys, if you guys don't know, which I'm sure you guys do know, you guys can go on there and talk with your players and other personnel, for front office people and whatnot. And of course, there's the prospects there for the upcoming season here, possible draft picks that we can make here. And of course, we're not really going to be looking into that too much here for right now. But in this episode, like I said, we're going to go to Brooklyn. We got the Nets. And then we got another game. Which won't be in this episode. It'll be actually the next episode. We got the Raptors coming up. So we're on a 2-game road trip here, and right now we have Ryan Hamilton, our head scout there, and just kind of picking his brain about what he's been doing and stuff. Of course, he's telling us a story about his time being on a plane and whatnot, while he's traveling and doing some scouting and whatnot. And of course, he's talking about snakes on a plane there. So, but enough about that and everything. We're going to go ahead and get to the court here and get ready for this game against the Nets here on ESGNet. So sit back, enjoy, and watch us try to pull out a win here against the Brooklyn Nets as they play at home against them coming up here. So enjoy.
Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to 2K Sports. Well, a few games under our belts now. We get a feel for how this season is going. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. And taking a look here at the Nets.
Let's be told, Brooklyn Nets. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 44, Bojan Bogdanovic. A 6'11" forward from Farragut Academy, number 2, Kevin Garnett.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Back in Brooklyn, the Nets tip off the beginning of a homestand. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one. And not only a 1-1 split series between these two teams last year, guys, but both wins were on the road, so home court advantage wasn't that big an advantage.
You know, in terms of playing against somebody in the opposite conference, it doesn't get much better. In fact, it's too bad these clubs only play each other twice.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for Oklahoma City right now, ran outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Anthony Morrow out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Perkins in at the center. Excellent D there from Garnett. Steve referring to last year's game moments ago about two beauties in those two games. Last year they battled to a split decision, each team winning once.
You know, my guess is it's going to be hard to tell these teams apart. They're both still very, very potent.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn, kicks it to Ibaka. Got a piece of it. And it's Johnson with the rebound.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Bogdanovich. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet.
3 straight makes to start this game. Looking good.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
That is good.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Ibaka, and he slams it one-handed.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Here's Williams, following the score by Oklahoma City. 6 to shoot. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Here's Bogdanovich. They get it back.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Well, Darren Williams has dealt with ankle issues that have held him back a notch from the level we saw in Utah. But when he's right, I think he's still one of the best point guards in the game.
Free throw good, Williams. And Williams so tough to handle because Clark, he can pass and shoot and drive.
Yeah, and he has that killer crossover too, Kevin. He can put a lot of pressure on you defensively.
And both free throws good for Williams.
Darren Williams has really good size and strength at the point guard spot. And once he gets a step on the guy, it's hard to push him off his line.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
And Williams with one of the better post-up games among point guards thanks to his strength.
Yeah, shows that veteran savvy. You know, he can hit you with the fadeaway or get you up in the air and work himself to the foul line. So, you know, this guy's a handful anywhere on the court. You know, Kevin Durant has really worked hard on his ball handling and passing, and it's a response to facing constant traps and double teams in the playoffs. In those situations, being able to escape pressure and find the open man, that is crucial to his success.
Now here's Williams, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, it's Westbrook with the drive. Kevin Garnett with the steal. To the paint. And that one is stuffed right through. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
And Durant actually played point guard in high school his freshman year. But a 5-inch growth spurt his sophomore year took him from 6'3" to 6'8" and moved him from guard to forward.
Thunder trailing by 5. Westbrook passes to Durant. Here's Perkins. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Pass to Bogdanovich. On the wing, Williams. And Bogdanovich kicks to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up on the wing, and he drops that one in. Williams has got 6 points. And when Durant played in Seattle, he played shooting guard. Steve, in Oklahoma City, they put him at small forward.
Well, it's a more natural position for him. And, you know, he's worked hard to kind of lower his shoulders when he's dribbling in traffic, trying to find angles that he couldn't get to before. And he's cut down his turnovers. But when he gets to his spot, you know, kind of at the elbows or in the paint, he rises up and he just shoots over the top of everybody.
And here is Williams, following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Bogdanovich, no luck.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Earlier, I spoke with Coach Lionel Hollins. He told me one of the more troubling tasks his team must do is to figure out how to slow down Russell Westbrook. He said that between his explosiveness and ability to change direction, they'll have to have all 5 guys keeping an eye on Westbrook whenever he's on the perimeter.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
It was an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it was on the road. No question, by the way, that it was their offense that carried them.
Steve, I love the way they attacked at every opportunity. They never were on their heels, and eventually that allowed them to pull away.
And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
Boy, they had so many guys with quick feet and quick hands on that team. I mean, they put relentless pressure on the opponent. And as a result, they came up with an awful lot of steals. I mean, this team has been very impressive defensively.
Nets leading by 4.
You know, the NBA is a talent league, and it's hard to win in the NBA without superstar talent. And the Thunder are fortunate to have 2 superstars in Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Those 2 give them a chance to win no matter who they're facing up against or where they're playing. But here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. And you look at the star challenge for Oklahoma City, the eternal what if. Steve, how would this team be different if they'd held on to James Harden?
Well, that's the question. I mean, to have 3 superstars, they would have been unstoppable offensively. As it is, they're hard enough to guard. But, you know, that's a question that will remain, forever unanswered.
And that is good. 8 points for Kevin Durant.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Stolen by Westbrook. The finish, and then Durant with the dunk.
Reverse that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control. Oof.
Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
So it's Brooklyn now. The Thunder making the shot. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Thunder trailing by 3. Westbrook kicks to Durant. There's 1:54 left to play in the first. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Here's Teletovic is checked in for Bogdanovich. Then for the Thunder, Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Anthony Morrow. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Durant. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Denver. Clock at 6. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Durant.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
And Jack, here we go. And Zaletovic kicks to Kirilenko. Here's Zaletovic, defended by Durant. Here's Johnson. Here's Plumlee. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Plumlee's got his second basket of the game.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now here's Adams. No scoring in from him, but that's likely to change. Jack up on top, guarded by Jackson. Zaletovic dishes to Jack. And Plumlee kicks to Zaletovic. There's the screen. Inside. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. 7 seconds. Here's Jackson. He picked up 15 points in the last one against Denver.
And how about his defense? 4 steals on the night. He was so aggressive.
Now here's Collison. It's a 3-point game. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And Lamb kicks to Jackson. Three-pointer. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Jackson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Johnson, and it's well off target. There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 2, and the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
Coming up this Tuesday, November 4th, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder go up against DeMar DeRozan and the Toronto Raptors. Big-time hoops coming your way.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And Steve and Clark and I are refreshed and ready to go here as well. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Lamb and Durant are the long athletic wings. Perkins is out there with Nick Collison, and it's Jackson and at the 1.
Nick Collison has played a decade in the NBA, all with the same franchise. 4 seasons in Seattle, the last 6 in OKC. And there's a reason they've kept him around. He's a savvy role player, very smart, does a lot of the little things to help them win.
Zaletovic, count that one. Zaletovic just got his first points of the night. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Jackson passes to Durant. Here's Perkins. Good.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like he got there. And the Thunder really are consistently better at the defensive end with Collison on the floor. You know, he's not a big shot blocker or rebounder, but he's outstanding as a help defender. He's able to draw charges. He's always in the right spot at the right time, and he just knows what that defensive system requires from him, and he gets it done.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich comes in for Jarrett Jack. Here's Zaletovic. The Thunder making the shot. Here's Lopez, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Steve, the basketball IQ for Collison also seen at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, good passer, likes to play on the elbows. And Oklahoma City likes to run offense through him because of that playmaking ability.
Brooklyn with the ball. The Thunder making the shot. They set the pick. And Zaletovic kicks to Bogdanovich. Passes it to Teletovic. 6 to shoot. Drills the three-pointer. Teletovic has got 5.
He's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Westbrook kicks to Morrow. He dishes it to Perkins. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Now a quick look back to last year's numbers for Serge Ibaka. Second in blocks, and he seemed to have a great touch from inside and out. He was in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, the fact that he had the second most blocks in the league, that says an awful lot about his presence, and it also helped that team be pretty good defensively.
Here's Bogdanovic. He's coming off a 13-point game against Detroit. Lopez against Perkins. Shot clock at 5. Nobody near Williams. No good on the triple. Oklahoma City trailing.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So the Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
And Scott Brooks, even when the Thunder were really a young team, was pretty open to getting input from his players, and they liked it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a collaborative style, and really a credit to Scott Brooks that he's secure enough with himself to allow his players to have that input. Engaging his players and keeping them invested. It's not easy for coaches to do when they're expected to always be in control and have the answers. And he's got some great team leaders, too, so it's a nice fit for that collaborative style.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Well, going back a few seasons, the Thunder with a great young foundation, but they were faced with some tough financial decisions. In the end, Serge Ibaka was extended, James Harden was traded. Now most would argue that Harden is the better player, but of course, as far as fit is concerned, Ibaka, I think, was the right choice because of his defensive prowess.
Here is Williams. He picked up 24 points in their last win against Detroit.
And Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. So he was very aggressive with his game, attacking the D and capitalizing on those free throws.
Here's Bogdanovic. Misses the 3. And Serge Ibaka, Clark, a player that every team in the NBA covets. Stretch 4 with 3-point range. Also block shots. And he can play some center, too.
Kevin, that's a very unique skill set he has. I mean, actually, he might be the only player in the league who truly fits that description you just laid out.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Pass to Garnett. Takes it off the glass. Garnett's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And a lot of their scoring in that win came from unexpected places, from guys who don't typically get a lot of minutes.
And you know what? Those guys on the bench, they practice every day too, even if they don't play every night. And that night, they were ready.
Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. Second, the Thunder.
Boy, Kevin, I thought their coach really did a fantastic job of getting all of the guys on the team to realize the importance of free throws. You know, last year where they were great, excellent from the line. This year, they're hoping to do even better.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
You know, one of the things the Nets did last year that was pretty impressive, they found value in a number of players who had been overlooked by other teams in the league.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Serge Ibaka's such a big piece of this Thunder team. Kevin Durant said, I really watched him grow as a man and definitely as a basketball player. He's grown by leaps and bounds. He's always thought like a champion. He works extremely hard. We're just happy to be around him. And guys, Ibaka a great fit in the gym rat culture of OKC.
He sure is. Thanks, Doris. 4 on the clock. The 19-foot shot. Perkins pulls it in. Perkins got his 3rd rebound on the night. With the Nets, they did make strong role players out of guys that Steve didn't seem to be on anyone's radar.
Well, it gave them a lot of flexibility over the summer in terms of what they wanted to do personnel-wise. You can never discount how much that can shape the future of a franchise.
Nets trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. To the inside, here's Teletovic. Lee Baz was put in just the right spot. Teletovic has got 7 points for the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And a new group in for the Nets. Plumlee is checked in for Lopez. Karolinko comes in for Kevin Garnett. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Darren Williams. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Adams checked in. Now here's Jackson. He has 5. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Well, let's take a look at how Oklahoma City ranked in the league last year. 2nd in blocks, 2nd in free throw percentage. And they were ranked 3rd in opponent field goal percentage. This team really gets after it defensively. They've made a commitment to that end of the floor.
And I think the thing that jumps out at me is the blocks per game. It just shows how well coached they were defensively. Great rotations. They closed out, and they forced their opponents into tough situations at the hoop. That's how they were able to block so many shots.
Here's Bogdanovic. He's got 10. Nice job coming off that screen. Plumlee's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Here's a look at some stats for Jarrett Jack. Last season's stats for him. Last season put up about 9 points per game, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And the numbers might not reflect it, but the effort's really been there for him. He's going to get rewarded soon enough if he keeps getting after it like he has been.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Steve. He's been unlucky not to have filled up the stat sheet more because his play has really been solid.
Now here is Jack. 9 points last game out. Westbrook with it, and it's Johnson picking him up.
Ibaka doing all kinds of things. He has 9 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
Oh, they have to be. I mean, he's not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, I mean, it's his.
The Thunder shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he knocks down the first one.
The Thunder weren't the best team in the West against the East last year, but they didn't need to be. They still dominated the conference overall.
Durant's checked in for Oklahoma City. Lamb comes in for Jackson. Ibaka hits both of them.
A 23-7 record for the Thunder against the East. You know, just too many stars, particularly the 2 big ones, Durant and Westbrook. They give the Thunder so much firepower, and it makes it hard for just about every team in the league to deal with Oklahoma City.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. On the pass to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. You know, Steve, the Thunder are going to be a factor when they are healthy.
And when they're at full force, I mean, there are only a handful of teams in the East that can match up with them. Really only a handful of teams in the whole league.
Nets trail by 4. To the middle. And finished off by Plumlee.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
Here's Westbrook. After the basket by Brooklyn. Outside Durant. From the high post. Shot misses. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
I like the fact he had his head up immediately looking to make the dish down the floor. Get rid of it quickly.
Now here's Westbrook. Lets it go. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Westbrook. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Poke loose. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jack passes to Bogdanovich. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. That's good. Durant's got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder.
Beautiful awareness to find a teammate behind the defense in transition.
Johnson goes in. Soft touch off the glass. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Oklahoma City out in front. They're up by 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, this Brooklyn team has evolved in so many ways the last couple of years, and this season, the addition of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, how exciting is this for this basketball team?
Well, it's a great feeling, man. We're a new franchise, new organization, and the guys are very excited. Brooklyn's very excited about it. We just here, man, try to make the fans happy.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
For the Nets, they've really struggled against Kevin Durant.
16 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. Jaron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. So that's the group for Lionel Hollins as we begin the second half. Perkins with the bucket.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often. If you just look at the numbers, you are not seeing the real impact of Kendrick Perkins. He is just this mountain at the rim as a protector of the paint. And it really makes it hard for opponents to get easy shots because of his presence.
Here's Williams, following the score by Serge Ibaka, and the basket by Johnson.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Coach Lionel Hollins helped define the Grizzlies' grit and grind style and was asked if he'd replicate it with the Nets. He said, quote, "We're going to be aggressive and tough. We'll play together and never quit. But how our style will be is up to the group." The key is creating a system that fits them and allows them to excel. Kevin, back to you.
As a coach, you've got to adopt your talent, Doris. Thanks. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Williams kicks to Johnson. Lopez inside, covered by Perkins. And Lopez gets it to go.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Now here's Durant. He's got 16. He feeds it to Morrow. From the left block. And it doesn't even draw iron. Johnson kicks to Bogdanovich. For the tie, that ties the game. 10 points for Joe Johnson.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, Joe Johnson, a 14-year veteran. Most of our fans remember him back in Phoenix, probably the fourth best player on that team. Steve, just go back to that time. I mean, just scary.
Well, if the Suns could have kept him, you think about what might have been. That was a team that came very close for 4 or 5 years to being a championship team, but never got to the finals. So Johnson moved on to Atlanta, where he became an all-star. And you always wonder what might have been in Phoenix.
Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. Serge Ibaka is second.
I think he cares more about shot blocking than any other element of his game, guys. Takes so much pride in it. That's why he was where he was on that list.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now.
And Joe Johnson in his second season in Atlanta averaging 25 a game, but that was 8 years ago. Last season, around 16 a game.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
The Nets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Stolen by Durant. Ibaka down low, working on Garnett. And the basket by Morrow. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 4th in steals, 11th in three-point field goal percentage, and they were in the top half of the league in lowest opponent scoring as well. This is a team that has shown improvement defensively, and they feel like they're not done yet.
Still, I think the key to their team was the steals that you talked about, because they were a team that put a lot of pressure on the offense. They got out and played the passing lane, tried to force turnovers, and when they did, they usually converted those into points at the other end, and that's one of the reasons they were pretty good.
And stolen by Perkins. Williams with the block. They retain possession. Well, with Russell Westbrook missing time last season with his knee problems, Kevin Durant had to step up his game, both as a scorer and as a playmaker.
And Kevin, you know, he responded with a historic MVP season, a career high in scoring and assists, all while cutting his rate of turnovers and shooting with remarkable efficiency.
Durant hits them both.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Westbrook against Williams. Shot clock at 6. Garnett trying to break loose. Williams can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 4. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Pass to Bogdanovich. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight. The Thunder have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Durant up top. He's got 18. Here's Perkins. This is to Durant. Misses from short range. Nets trail by 4. Johnson, a wide open look. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
It appears as though the Nets have basically committed to winning now with the way they've handled contracts and trades, and as good as they are, you do have to wonder about their future.
With the Nets, as you said, a lot of older players on the roster, and they've had to surrender a lot of picks to get the talent they do have to. If that may come back to bite them.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, for the Nets, Clark, the lack of draft picks most certainly will hamper them at some point. But if they are able to come out of the East and make big noise until then, people I don't think are going to mind.
No, I agree with you there. I mean, it's going to be interesting. They do have the finances despite not having the draft picks, so perhaps they can land a couple of good free agents.
Boy, that was solid. I'll tell you, he's one of the best there is up there at the foul line.
Lopez, a screen on Jackson. They set the pick. Johnson dishes to Toledovich. And the 3-ball is good. Toledovich has got 10 points in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Now here's Durant. 20 points for him. The jumper. Shot's good by Ibaka. 15 points in the game.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
Williams passes to Johnson. Soft touch off the glass. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Here's Durant, and it's sent back by Plumlee. And they get it back. They shoot again. And there's the call on Perkins. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Shot's good by Durant. So for the Nets, Jerelenko comes in for Brook Lopez. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Johnson. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Anthony Morrow. And Jack kicks to Williams. Plumlee dishes to Williams. Kirilenko against Durant. And Jack, here we go. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Lamb. Wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
So tough to see a player go down with an injury like this.
Yeah, it really is, Steve. It's just one of those things, though. You've seen it happen before as well. And you can tell whatever it is painful for him.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Well, you look at Jeremy Lamb, physically 6'5", almost a 7-foot wingspan. Jumps well. He's got all the tools to be special at both ends of the floor.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Lionel Hollins as he addressed his team. He touched on his desire to see them make heavy use of the pick and roll for the rest of the game. Keep setting those screens, fellas. Those were his exact words. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense. Lots of shots and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks.
And for Lamb, really the only physical knock is that he needs to continue to get stronger, get friendly in that weight room. He's still under 200 pounds, and his high center of gravity means he can tend to get pushed around a little bit, but that's nothing that strength won't eliminate. So the weight room has to be his friend.
It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Jackson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Durant. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And that's now 24 points for Kevin Durant.
Well, I'll bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
Adams' shot is good. And now a 9-point Thunder lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Now, it seems to me that they're taking a lot of pride in their rebounding tonight, especially at the offensive end, guys.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Let's get an update on Lamb. What's the status there, Doris?
Guys, I got an update from head athletic trainer of the Thunder. The news is not good at all. It looks like a broken ankle with additional injury to the surrounding connective tissue. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
Well, knowing him, Kevin, I'll bet he can put it behind him as quickly as possible.
Let's hope so, Steve. I know everybody's looking forward to seeing him back out there.
Well, it looks like the Nets got a steal, taking Mason Plumlee with the 22nd pick in last year's draft.
Yeah, you know, he's listed as 6'11", but over 7 feet tall in shoes. I don't even know why they measure these guys without their shoes. You're not playing barefoot. You're playing the game in your shoes. So that should be what you get measured at. I mean, every time he gets the ball close to the rim, he's looking to throw it down. I mean, I love his athleticism and the fact that he has a don't settle mindset. He's hungry, he's aggressive, and he plays with really nice force for a young guy. And I would agree.
Now here's Westbrook. Here's Jackson. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Jackson's got 8.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Jack kicks to Williams. Here's the feed to Plumlee. Williams against Jackson. And that one hits back iron.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Near the three-point line. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
That really could be a morale-crushing three-pointer, fellas. What a way to head into the fourth quarter.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 12. 2K Sports back in a moment.
On tap this Saturday, November 8th, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Live from Staples Center. It's the real deal.
It's been a passing display all night long as the State Farm assist of the game features one of 12 assists, Steve, we've seen tonight from Russell Westbrook. Here's Jack. So for Oklahoma City right now, locking at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. Morrow is the 2 with Durant the 3. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. Johnson outside. This one for three, and he gets it to go. Johnson's got 9 points here in the second half.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Outside check. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Here's Westbrook. He trains the quick shot.
Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another episode of NBA 2K15 MyGM Oklahoma City Thunder franchise here on ESGNet. This is episode 5, and this is game number 4 of the 2014 season, and we are getting ready here to go out to Brooklyn to play the new Brooklyn Nets. As you see here, we're looking at some social media here, and we're seeing what everybody's talking about here as we get ready for this next game here. Of course, Kendrick Perkins there talking and looking at his thing and see what he says and thinks about Oklahoma City. And of course, he says Oklahoma City is his heart, and he pretty much wants to stay here. So, of course, we have to make a decision here here in the next couple of months in February. We have to decide if we're going to keep him or trade him, and also too with the same thing with Nick Collison. I want to know down below in the description, from you guys, who should I keep and who should I trade. Also, if you guys got any other actual realistic and decent trades, let me know down there below in the description. Let me know who should I go after, or if there's a free agent out there that I should go after to kind of get us over that hump there and help us win a NBA championship this season. And that's, of course, our job. What my job is as a GM is to figure out who's the best players on the squad here to go out on the court and win basketball games and get us to the playoffs and then eventually to the NBA Finals. So that being said, we just got done looking at the social media there, and you guys can read those. You guys can pause the video and whatnot on those and everything. Of course, we're looking at the team statuses there. And you guys, if you guys don't know, which I'm sure you guys do know, you guys can go on there and talk with your players and other personnel, for front office people and whatnot. And of course, there's the prospects there for the upcoming season here, possible draft picks that we can make here. And of course, we're not really going to be looking into that too much here for right now. But in this episode, like I said, we're going to go to Brooklyn. We got the Nets. And then we got another game. Which won't be in this episode. It'll actually be the next episode. We got the Raptors coming up. So we're on a 2-game road trip here, and right now we have Ryan Hamilton, our head scout there, and just kind of picking his brain about what he's been doing and stuff. Of course, he's telling us a story about his time being on a plane and whatnot, why he's traveling and doing some scouting and whatnot. And of course, he's talking about snakes on a plane there. So, but enough about that and everything. We're going to go ahead and get to the court here and get ready for this game against the Nets here on ESGNet. So sit back, enjoy, and watch us try to pull out a win here against the Brooklyn Nets as they play at home against them coming up here. So enjoy.
Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to 2K Sports. Well, a few games under our belts now. We get a feel for how this season is going. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. And taking a look here at the Nets.
Something that's overlooked. Being a perfectionist while you're practicing allows you to perform at a high level. He's the type that wants to do it again and again until he gets it right.
And both free throws good from Garnett.
And you think about Ibaka's development. Part of his adjustment to the NBA initially was just learning the language. And when he first was drafted, he barely spoke a lick of English, and now it's become his 5th language.
Here's Durant. Again, Oklahoma City. Jack with it. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Nets may get a change here. Williams is checked in. Here's Bogdanovich. Durant with the steal. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Kicks it to Morrow. It's up a three. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his third assist on the night.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Nobody near Williams. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Another rebound gobbled up. They are pounding the boards.
And a big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Williams. Lopez sends a screen for Williams. Lopez passes to Williams. Back to Lopez. Goes up on the high post. Yep, right through the net.
The big fella Lopez knows how to finish.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. Durant dishes to Westbrook, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Bogdanovich, defended by Durant. Williams. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Thunder, and especially Kevin Durant, seem to be on the clock for when are they going to win a title. But they still haven't closed the deal yet.
And, Kevin, there's no guarantee that you'll win a title. Even if you are a really good team with star players, it just doesn't always automatically happen. I mean, that's not a given, even though they're chipping away at it and have made some great progress over the last 4 or 5 years. Those things are hard to get.
And Williams drops them both.
And to your point about the Thunder, I'm not sure if they're missing anything roster-wise. Up and down, there are very few holes for this team.
Outside Westbrook. He dishes it to Durant. Shot from the low block. And he gets it to go. Durant's got 28.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
And, you know, going back to what you said about the Thunder, they have the stars and the depth, but maybe adding a few more veterans here and there could help them stay tougher in close games. I think that's the one area they're looking to improve in, more veteran leadership and toughness.
Nets trail by 9. Outside Williams from about 19 feet. Right through the shoulder that time, all net. Oklahoma City's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. It's Westbrook with the drive, and there's another one for the Thunder. The Nets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's Williams. Another miss by Williams.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Morrow, that's a 2-pointer. A rebound by the Nets.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
Williams can't hit.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
It's tipped.
Over the years, we've seen injuries bother the same people over the course of their careers, while other players seem to stay healthy. And it may be just genetic makeup, it could be off-season training, but it does seem that staying healthy can almost be considered a skill rather than just luck of the draw.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
They haven't done as much inside as they did in the first half. They've got to get back to their game plan, which is to work the ball inside and then force the defense to react and play from there. Tremendous output from Johnson. He's got 17 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
Well, being smart is what it's all about for him, Clark. I mean, he's a decision maker. He's a playmaker. He has to make good decisions. That's what he's doing here so far.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Pass to Ibaka. Shoots from 8. That one's good. Ibaka's got 4 this quarter.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They trail by 8. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Williams. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Perkins. Outside Durant. The pass to Ibaka. The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
A minute 20 left to play here in the fourth. Westbrook kicks to Morrow. 5 to shoot. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And now a 10-point Oklahoma City lead. For the Nets, this one not looking good. Johnson, the pass to Lopez. The fadeaway, and he gets it to go.
Top assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Now Westbrook. Perkins with a screen on Williams. From deep. Westbrook can't get it to go.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good. The screen play worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screen play you see in the movie field. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
There's 31 seconds left in the game, and an intentional foul right there.
Good game for Westbrook. He has 8 points. He has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
I'll say, I mean, defensively, he's fought his way through this game beautifully. They haven't gotten away with any loose passes, any sloppy ball handling when he's in the vicinity.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And Clark, maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
I don't think it's going to happen, partner.
Yeah, pretty unlikely to dig out of this hole, but you can't think that way. You got to just play it possession by possession. How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Timeout called the Nets. They trail by 5. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. But he gets it back. They grab their own miss. Johnson for 3. The shot will not go. And so they foul intentionally.
Shooting for Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook, taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. 7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. From half court, no good. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Russell, congratulations on this win. What were the main factors that helped you stay in control of this one down the stretch?
Just try to be aggressive. And we did a good job in all game of staying aggressive. Our defense was key towards the end, and we did a good job of closing the game out.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
Okay, so we just seen the game there. The final score, 92-85. There you see Joe Johnson there at 20 points, 4 rebounds for him. Great game for him. Williams there, 12 points, 6 assists there for him. And then Plumlee, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Had a little tough time there down there in the post against him, but we finally figure out what we had to do to him. Then you see, of course, Garnett there, 6 points and 5 rebounds for him. So overall, great game there. Very a great road win there for the Thunder there. As you see, our leader there, Kevin Durant, 30 points, 8 rebounds. Baca right behind him with 19 points, 7 rebounds there, and Morrow 12 points. Westbrook right there, double-double for him, 11 points, 14 assists in the game right there. Did a great job passing the ball around there in that ball game. But overall, just a great overall game for everybody. Just really doing a great job moving the ball around and giving everybody touches there when it came to scoring points and whatnot. So, great game there. You see the team comparisons there. You guys can pause the video and check those out right there. Of course, there you see bench points right there. The Nets just did a really great job there, scoring 26 off the bench there. Of course, we outscored them in second chance points, 14-8. And then, of course, they got us there just by 4 points there with points in the paint there with 46-42. So overall, just a great game. We won that one, like I said, in a very convincing fashion there, winning against a very, just on paper there, a great tough team. And a team that just really, I thought I was trying my best to hopefully thinking that they were going to back down and just kind of go away. But just really did a great job of coming back and just really getting in our faces there and forcing us to go. Now, we did have an injury in the game, and we do suffer a somewhat of a loss here. Now, it says that he'll be out for 2 to 4 months. So I'm talking about Jeremy Lamb. And so now we're going to have to go ahead and adjust. I believe we're going to have the coach handle the injury here. Let him deal with that. That's not really my job. It's the job of the coach and the trainer there. So the head coach and the trainer will talk amongst themselves to see how long and see what kind of work regimen or training regimen that Lamb will need here. So of course they get their trust. I built trust with them. That goes up a point there. So I'm gonna let them do their job as long as they let me do my job, which my job is being pretty much front office, giving them the tools and skill players they need to make the team better. So as you see here, we get ready for our next game here in the next episode as we go on the road to Toronto to play against the Raptors there. So we're checking out some social media before we go here before the episode ends. But if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like. Also check out if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and check out other great series here on ESGNet. Not to mention, you guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. The links are down below in the description. And definitely come on back for another episode of NBA 2K15 MyGM with Oklahoma City Thunder franchise as we are working on our way to get up to the NBA Finals and hopefully be able to win a NBA championship. As you see here, a lot of players went down this apparently tonight, so you guys can check those out. But As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.